Hey, welcome to another edition of the Seat Shop installation video series. Today we're going to be taking you through the driver bottom install on a 2003 through 2006 Chevy or GMC Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon, Yukon XL, the pickup trucks, the Avalanche, the Denali, and as well as a Cadillac Escalade. Now the unique thing about the Seat Shop covers is that they match the factory interiors. This way you can just replace whatever piece is wearing out in your vehicle, and we guarantee it to match the rest of the original factory interior. Now Brian's going to walk you a few tools here.
All right, there's just a couple basic things you need. First, a regular socket wrench, scissors, flathead screwdriver. If you got a pry tool, this is pretty handy to have. If you don't have a pry tool around, a couple sets of flathead screwdrivers will work too. But this just makes it a little easier in a couple steps. Got a 13 millimeter socket. Got a regular Phillips head screwdriver, and we got a Torx bit. Some of the panels, they're interchangeable. Sometimes it needs a Torx bit, T15 is your size, or sometimes it uses a Phillips. So we'll have both handy. We'll see which one the seat calls for. We'll go and pull these over to the side.
Now obviously the first step in removing is to remove the seat from the truck. To do this, you'll need a 15 millimeter and an 11 millimeter. And before you unplug the power connections, make sure that the bottom seat is raised all the way up, as well as the seat's kind of in the middle position, and then disconnect the power. Next, we're going to disconnect this or take off this plastic panel here from the side. That's going to be, like Brian said, it can either be a Phillips or a Torx bit. This happens to be Torx, so we're going to take out all these screws on the side of this panel. All right.
Okay, you got those on.
Now behind the panel is going to be two power connections. I'll need a little flathead for one of them, and the other one's just a quick connect. It's here. There's a little clip on the back one here. Then on the front, you're just going to have to get your fingers in there, push the button.
The button's actually in between the back part of the plastic panel and the control module, so you got to kind of put your finger up in and go from kind of hooking to the top. It's kind of a weird position to get to it. You'll be able to see it when you look in the back, but it's not real obvious. You got to kind of look around for where the button is to disconnect it.
All right, lay the seat back. Next, you're going to get under the seat here for all the power connections, as well as the two bolts up here, or the two nuts that hold on this seat pan to the seat frame. I need a 13 millimeter there.
It's 13.
Here we go. So we're going to take off those two nuts up here. It's a 13 millimeter or a ½ inch will work.
All right, with those off, we're going to go ahead and start hitting all the power connections. Every seat can be a little bit different. Every seat can have a couple different power options. So we've seen a bunch of different configurations where all the wires are. So it's not going to be 100% identical to what clips happen to be on this particular seat. So if you see something different on the underneath side of your seat from what's in yours, it's always intuitive. If there's still a wire connected, you're going to have to disconnect that wire, obviously, in order to get the seat off. So we're just going to start looking around, see where each connection is. Yep. Start pulling them apart. You can use them just fingers to pop them apart. Sometimes you need a little flathead to help push down on one of the tabs to free it loose.
And when you're putting them back together, don't be afraid. You can't mix up anything. Everything is built for one plug, so it always goes back just like you're taking it off.
It can be a little overwhelming sometimes. You think you're not going to have any clue how to put it back together, but nothing plugs in incorrect. They're all identical matches to each other. So
yeah, good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this
feed the plugs.
All right. There's still another piece here. Some of these wires on the bottom feed through, and they have little tabs that hook onto the frame underneath. So sometimes you got to pry them loose from. Oh, that one's not connected to the seat. Okay.
All right, here you go. Grab this frame off here.
Okay, now we got this separated from the seat frame. We're going to go ahead and take the leather off of the frame. Get you a flathead screwdriver. Makes it a lot easier to pry. off of these, off the clips here. This rim around the inside is really, really sharp, so you can slice your hands up pretty bad on that stuff. So just take you a screwdriver to pop them all off. Okay, those off. Okay, now there's this one big long continuous clip around here, and just you'll want to peel it back. And again, be real careful. If you got a pair of gloves, you may want to throw them on for this too, because this rim is really sharp, and these little catches right here is what holds the clip on, and these little things are really sharp. You can slice yourself up pretty bad on those. Just peel these back all the way around. Okay, now we'll start with one corner. We'll start pulling it down over the foam. You don't want to pull the cover straight off. Just go ahead and pull all the edges off first, where you're kind of turning the cover inside out. Once you get to this stage here, you're going to start to unvelcro the cover. The cover is attached with these Velcro strips right here, so you don't want to just yank it up because you can pull the Velcro off the foam. Start at the front and push down with your thumb on the foam and pull up here, and just do an inch at a time to separate it. You don't want to rip that piece off the foam. If you do rip the foam up, it's not the end of the world. I'll show you how to fix that up here in just a sec. Okay, now that that's separated, we'll come back here in a second and show you how to put the new cover back on the foam. Hey guys, it's Brian with a quick tip for you regarding seat foam. Seat foam is a lot more important than people really give it credit for. The left panel on the driver's side, where you slide in and out, this left panel will really start to break down and deteriorate over time. Having the good new dense foam underneath it to support your leather seat cover makes all the difference in the world. When this starts to flatten out and you slide in and out of the truck all the time, it's going to start to create slack in that cover. And so once you get slack, the cover can fold over on itself, causing a crease. When you slide in over that crease all the time, it's going to cause the leather to wear out a lot faster than normal. This particular cover here is actually pretty good. You can kind of push down on the left-hand side versus the right side. The right side usually doesn't get much wear and tear as compared to the left side on a driver's seat, because you're sliding out the left side. So if you push down here, you can tell it springs back up. You have to push down on it pretty good to get it to bend down. You can kind of compare it to the passenger side. So as long as they're about the same, you're in good shape. If this thing is just flat and pancake down and it just doesn't do a darn thing when you push on it compared to the left or right side, it's going to be something you really need to look into to go ahead and replace the new foam cushion. A lot of year making models, we carry the foam. We don't have them all, but if yours is worn out, give us a shout. Maybe we have one to match your vehicle. Another thing we get questions on a lot is the seat heaters. All of our covers work with the heated seats. As you can see, the seat heater here is this white section. This is what plugs into right into your OEM seat to heat up. If you got, a lot of times these things will short out. There's a little bit of thin wires that run throughout here. If you see it short out, you'll see a burn mark about the size of a quarter. So when you take your cover off and you see the burn mark, you know yours is shorted out. You can get a replacement for that. We carry the replacement for some of those models. Just give us a call. Maybe we have the one that matches your truck. If your heater is burned out and you do need to replace it, this will completely, all this piece will come off. It's just adhered down to the foam. You can peel the heater off. You can put it onto the new foam cushion. You can get a can of spray adhesive. 3M makes one. You can get it at Home Depot, Lowe's. It's $3 or $4 for a can. You want to kind of just spray the outer edges, the very ends of it, and glue it back down onto the new foam. So you can transfer a new heating element to the new foam cushion. It's very easy to do.
Hey guys, we're out of time for part 1. Please check out part 2 where we'll continue the install. We'll get the seat bottom on the seat foam and get everything fastened to the seat pan. If you have additional questions and would like to talk to one of the guys at the shop, please scroll to the top of this page and click on our username, The Seat Shop. This link will take you to our seller information page where our contact information can be found.